yeah. Itachi! This is the fight. This is the fight for day.
Sneaky here. Hey guys, so hi, you are
Boomie from Strawberry Sensor. And I'm Diana.
from Strawberry Sensor too?
No.
Oh no, okay. Awesome. And so we are in what part of the town are we?
Akihabara! So this is the place where it first started out to be like a lecture town, which is the exit we're at, but now it's become, you know, anime, and it's all about Gundams and pop culture.
Cosplay, can you actually cosplay in this part of town?
It's kind of looked down upon.
Oh, okay.
Right. Before, it used to be okay, and then there would be a lot of people setting up to cosplay on the street because they closed the main street in Akihabara during the weekends.
Okay.
So then because there's so many people walking around, they closed the main street, and then people cosplay and take pictures, but now they have signs, no cosplay.
Really?
Right.
If you see those signs, point them out to me. I want to take a picture.
Oh, it's on the weekends.
Oh, they're temporary signs that they put up.
Right, it's only on weekends, but then usually when you cosplay here, a lot of people say it's meiwaku, so it's troublesome for other people.
Oh.
So unless it's an event, they prefer if you don't.
Right.
Okay.
Also, with events, like in Tokyo Dome, there's an event that like cosplayers can go and like experience like the theme park and stuff in cosplay. But there are certain areas like the food court where you're not allowed to be in cosplay because it's like meiwaku. It's like paying for the kids and like families.
Is this event once a month?
It's once a month.
Is it like a cosplay event where
Yeah.
you pay some surcharge?
It's called Cosplay Festa, Cosplay Fest, and it's like once a month. But
Okay.
you can't go in certain areas because you'll be seen by the public, and it's looked down.
Well, before we get more into cosplay, let's talk about your backgrounds. Like you both are from the States. You're from California.
I'm from New York.
You're from New York, and so how did you get into anime and cosplay in the first place?
Anime and cosplay, it wasn't very big when I was in high school, but then in my hometown, there was FanimeCon. Which
Oh
is
yeah!
right.
That's
so,
nice. I like
know,
that.
So everyone talks about it, so one day we just decided to go, and it was amazing. It was to see all these people dress up as your favorite character, and then to be accepted for your hobby, because back then it wasn't like, you know, how it is now where it's okay, like Shinkeki's cool, Naruto's cool, but back then it was lame, you know, you're a geek, you're weird.
What year was this?
That was like 2005?
Okay.
2004? It's a while back.
That was a while back. And did you start going to cons roughly the same time?
Maybe when I was about 15 years old. And I started liking anime maybe when I was 12 years old because I was really into comics. Then I kind of saw it like playing on the TV, and then I like researched it, and that's what got me into anime. But I didn't start cosplaying until I was maybe 16 years old.
Oh, which convention?
First New York Comic Con before it turned.
Oh wait, New York Anime Fest. Yeah.
Before it turned into like all
New York Comic Con. Yeah.
And then I also went to Otakon too.
Awesome. You know, I always thought this was weird. New York is one of the greatest cities in the world, yet it doesn't have an anime convention at all.
Right.
It just feels weird, you know.
You have to go somewhere else like Katsucon or Otakon.
You know. So you both had a chance to cosplay at home, and then you have a chance to come here to cosplay as well.
Right.
And how long have you guys been here?
I've been here for 2 years.
2 years?
5 months.
5 months. Ooh, coming up to 6 months.
New.
Is it
Everything's
still
so
very
fresh.
new?
It is. I actually miss the cons at home a lot because there's a totally, completely different atmosphere.
How so?
It's completely different. You go to cons in the States, you'd be like, from the same stairs, hi, nice to meet you. You know, I love your costume. And then be like, what's your name? Oh, my name's this. Here's my card. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
You know? And there's parties after the con.
Yeah.
But in Japan, when I met this one girl, I was like, wow, your costume's great in Japanese, you know, so it wasn't intimidating. And then she's just like, and I took pictures and and then just like,
And then she walked away?
right. It was like mainly the people go there to like dress up, and then they all find like their own corner within the area.
Yeah.
They stand there and wait for people to come take pictures of them.
Okay, and this is at a gathering. I'm sorry, cosplay event.
Comic Con.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about conventions now.
Comic
Okay. So now the way it does is that there's a designated cosplay area.
Right, and there's many different cosplay areas. Like
So it's not one area. It's like multiple areas.
There's like tons. Even if it's raining, there's also limited sidewalks.
Oh, okay. So what happens in these cosplay areas? You can only cosplay here,
You can
and
only cosplay and you can only take pictures, kind of thing. Yeah, and also if your line of people is making too much of a disturbance, they'll ask them to all take pictures at the same time.
how long do the lines get?
Really
Bad.
long.
Really long.
Yeah.
Does everybody get really long lines or lions?
I think so. It depends on like I mean, like the quality of your costume, maybe. Well, actually, no.
And then how many poses, you know?
Yeah.
Then if you have a lot of poses, then the photographer want to stay longer and see what other poses people do.
So have you seen anything like that back home in the States?
No.
Okay, so now, first of all, do they just go up to the cosplayer and say, hey, can I take your picture?
Yeah,
Is that basically it? And then they take the picture and then they thank them and then move on?
Yep.
Or they ask you if they can post it online and give you a business card or exchange, but a lot of time there's not many interactions.
Wait, they have to ask permission to post online?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, you know, in the States, it's almost kind of like guaranteed that if you took a picture, it pretty much would go online. You know, like, people take pictures to put online. Like, hey, I take pictures on my phone to put online.
Right.
Well, also for myself, too, but...
But it's very sensitive. Like if there's people in the background of your picture, then a lot of times the photographers will put mosaics or like blur out their faces.
Really?
Yeah.
So cosplay is private here in a way.
Yeah, in a way. Like if you don't want your face to be put online, then I guess you would say that it's no good.
So how often are these conventions and how often are these cosplay events?
There's a cosplay event every weekend, I think, in different places, Akihabara, Ikebukuro, and then also towards, not Tokyo, but then the next region over, Kanagawa.
So basically you can cosplay every weekend for every...
Basically, the way you find out, there's a website called Archive, and it's like the Japanese, like, I don't know, the equivalent of Kira or something, and they have all these events listed, so then you can, like, see which events are going on kind of thing.
So anything happens. So can you walk me through, like, how you would cosplay at these events?
Either one. Okay. Well, basically, you have to usually pay a fee. You either have to show the guidebook that you bought, or you pay a fee at the table.
So you can't cosplay in the trains or before the convention. So you have to bring your costume in a suitcase, and then you go pay a fee to go use the dressing room. And dressing room is just a large room where everyone sits in their own corner and change.
In their own corner? There's only 4 corners.
No, like not corner, just
like
to say
a line.
inner. Yeah, and then they have like certain section.
Oh, they put like tape on the ground and mark out lines and stuff? Oh, okay.
And then everyone changed in there, and before you leave, they actually look at your wardrobe to make sure like it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is always not the case, but I saw this at Wonderfest actually. That's like the figure convention, and they check to make sure that you were wearing panties, basically.
Right.
Like if you're not, that's a problem, obviously, but they check.
They check?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to imagine this in my head. So it's a room full of people changing.
Right.
And there's
it's girls locker,
girls
and
locker,
then
guys locker.
Right.
And is there like a screen or anything, or is this just
No,
like...
it's just
different,
all
separate rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, it's separate rooms.
Separate rooms, yeah, for boys and girls.
No, I mean in the same...
It's just all together.
Basically, everyone's just whoop.
Right.
And you do your...
locker room. Imagine that, except on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, what about doing makeup and so forth? Are there like mirrors and stuff set up?
Actually, no, you have to bring your own mirror, but for Comic-Con you can do makeup and change in the same room, but for Wonderfest and like other small cosplay events like Tokyo Dome or where was it, Tokyo Big Sight, like there's a separate makeup area and there's a separate changing room.
So you have to go
you
to
can't
one...
do your makeup in the area that you change. You have to go do your makeup first and then change, kind of thing. So
Wow.
it depends. Comic-Con is not like that.
Right.
Okay, so obviously the biggest one has rules that's slightly different. It's almost like back home San Diego Comic-Con that has slightly different things than other conventions.
And then you have to change out before you leave, because you can't wear the costumes on the train because you might scare Japanese people.
So basically you're losing 1 hour when you get there and 1 hour when you...
Yes.
Well, maybe not hour, half hour. Just
Well,
to change it.
depending on how complicated the costume is and the line to go inside and out.
There's a line to get in?
Yeah. There's a lot of people changing, or you know.
Oh. Okay, I did not think about that, but yes, you're right. There would be a long line. So the bigger the event, the more people would be trying to get in to change.
And the staff is like, oh, please change quickly. There's a line, but everyone's doing their makeup and stuff, so they can't change.
Right.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
The girls'
Completely
line
different. For me, coming from like state cons in the States, I'm like, and we dress up in our hotel and then go to the convention.
Yeah.
And then when we're done, we go to our hotel.
Yeah.
And we go party. You know, I'm used to that kind of very friendly, a community atmosphere.
Yeah.
But coming to Japan, I'm like, everyone, I just want to be your friend. You know.
Wait, is it difficult to just walk up and... I mean, you could just talk to people, right?
Yeah.
You can. It's just a lot of people have their own schedule to do, and it's like a lot harder to make friends.
Oh, so it's like the bigger cons at home where it's like, hey, I got a photo shoot this time, another photo shoot this time, and I mean,
And also, like, sometimes they have their own group of friends,
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't really want to put other people in it. They
Oh,
already
okay.
established. So, like some people are really friendly and they'll be like, oh yeah, we're cosplaying the same series. But most of the people, they don't really. We're cosplaying
They don't
the
come
same
to make
series.
friends.
Yeah.
They don't come to make friends.
Yeah.
They come to take pictures?
They come to like kind of like display their costume pictures and I guess
Or be with their friends.
be with their friends.
I'll be with their friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
As events. We only recently started making more Japanese friends, cosplay friends, and even they say that in Japan you don't go to conventions to make friends. You go there to cosplay and take pictures and you leave. It's
That sounds very cut and dry.
very it's just very straight to the point.
Yeah.
Very straight to the point, and so they were very happy to make friends with us because they say that it's hard to make friends and to make new friends to cosplay with. So, and then we actually got in trouble. My first experience in Japan at a convention was actually not the greatest. We got in trouble because we wore our wigs on the train, and these ladies and like this guy from the convention, and they were just con-goers. They yelled at us. They said it's illegal. Like they started yelling, and we were wearing normal clothes. We were just wearing our wigs.
Yeah.
But then they assumed that we didn't know the rules or something, and we're like, oh, we're from America, and they're like, well, it's illegal in Japan to wear cosplay on the train or anywhere besides the convention. So they yelled at us, and then like we went downstairs to go to our other train, and she was standing right there waiting to yell at us more to make sure that like go change right now, go change. And she was waiting, so it was scary. I was like, what's going on,
And also on Twitter, like I saw this lady complaining, and there was so many retweets and favorites, like a lot. And I didn't know who it was, but then I found out it was her, and I was like, oh my god.
And basically she said we were Shingeki no Gaijin cosplayer, so then it's like we're attack on American cosplayer, and I was like,
Oh.
right, it was a bad experience because we kind of didn't expect that kind of thing, because you see in Japan there's a lot of fashion and some things that are a lot more distracting, like the white makeup or like really intense hair. But then like for us, we look normal, we just had a different color wig, and she said that because they could recognize that we are a certain character, it is considered cosplay, and you're making a bad name for the convention, and like so.
Is there a fine line to walk living here while cosplaying here? Like, is there so many rules that they don't tell you, but you gotta have to kind of figure it out on your own?
And then we're like, where's the rule in the book? In the rule book they didn't say anything, and she was like, well, you're supposed to know. This
It's kind of a undisclosed hidden rule.
social.
How do you find out these social rules?
I guess by going to the convention
Making mistakes.
And then making
mistakes
mistakes.
and like seeing what's happening, then you can really get what's going on.
And then having friends to tell you
Yeah.
what's wrong.
Yeah, so what did you advise her when she came over?
Well, like I didn't really say anything to her at first, but like then after hearing that, I was like, oh.
Wait, did you guys know each other before you?
No, we actually met because we were in the same school, and
okay.
then like we met through like I was talking about anime to my friend, and then I met her, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh my gosh, we both cosplay, and we have like similar friends and stuff, so that's how we met.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that's how it is. So what advice would you give to people coming here to cosplay?
To cosplay?
Yeah.
It's fun. The people there are it's very beautiful. Everyone's like, their costume and their hair, everything's so perfect. Like, you feel like you're in the actual anime world. But the people, you gotta try really hard to be their friend. I think they want to be friends with you, it's just they're really shy, so you really gotta push it. Like, oh, let's hang out, or don't be too creepy. Maybe we're creepy.
Well, you guys are also American, so you guys have leeway to be creepy and be forward and so forth.
I don't know if it's like
The stereotype, I guess.
Well, I mean, being a foreigner here means you have a little bit more leeway because they don't expect you to know the rules.
No, I think it's because we were all Asian. The three of us were Asian.
Oh yeah.
So it made them look made it worse because we could be mistaken as Japanese.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That we were supposed to know.
Just supposed to know.
And also, maybe if it wasn't Comic-Con, then they wouldn't really be yelling.
Right. Tokyo Game Show was actually really fun. You had to cosplay all over the place. It was really fun.
If it wasn't an event going on, like maybe if it was like a regular day, they would leave them alone, I think. But since it was at Comic-Con, like it was the day of Comic-Con, everyone kind of knows that it's Comic-Con, and if they're coming back to cosplay, they're like, oh, this isn't good, this is a bad image. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
You can like,
The art card.
if there's a series that people are doing and they want more people to like do a character, they'll post something.
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
And
Like,
be
hey,
like,
we're looking for
this character, this character, and this character.
AC Paradise.
And then
something
people
like
will come in and be like, I want to do this character. And then,
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they form a group, maybe. I actually saw one of these people, like these groups getting together, and they all didn't know each other, so they were just like being really polite and stuff, and they were all just waiting for other people to come.
Right, so you see them, you see it in the convention where it's just like, it's just nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You know, and then they were just like.
So in a way, like back home, you go to conventions and meet people and hang out. While here, you meet them online first, and then you go and meet them at a convention or a gathering or whatever.
Right. I think maybe this is how these groups form. Maybe like the friend groups, because like they cosplay a lot together, and after they cosplay one time, they're like, oh, we should do it again, kind of thing.
And then we're friends, and you can meet my friend, I'll meet your friend, and then it grows bigger. But that's how it is.
Okay, let's just talk about cosplay itself. Like, I'm assuming most of the characters you see are related to Japanese animation or games or whatever and so forth. But do they also cosplay from like movies that has nothing to do with comic books or anything?
I've seen like Jack Sparrow at,
In
like,
Japan,
Comic-Con.
you mean?
Yeah, in Japan, which
right.
basically here, yeah.
They're superhero.
Oh.
Then, what is it? They call it aniko? Wait, It's like American comics is getting really big in Japan. It's been the newest thing that's like hitting, I think, the stores and stuff. My friend said that. There's all of a sudden there's been an increase. So you see like Superman, Batwoman or Batgirls. What is that girl with the really big boobs?
Oh, Power Girl.
Power Girl. There you go. So a lot more American comic characters.
So it's basically it's off the comics. A decade ago, like Fairly Odd Parents, stuff like that.
No, not really.
Not really.
Not really.
You see a lot of
No,
Disney.
I've
Disney is
not
big.
seen any.
Disney's big,
Disney's big.
but
Elsa, Anna, everywhere at these conventions.
what about like Adventure Time?
No, not really.
No,
I
Maybe
saw,
in
I saw
private.
a few.
Maybe in private, not at events.
not events.
Yeah.
Homestuck? No Homestuck.
No, also.
Okay. Furries.
I actually have seen furries.
Furries.
Yeah.
Okay. Steampunk.
Steampunk,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
They're a different style though.
Right.
It's like gothic, more gothic steampunk rather than like a lot of the wheels
And gears and stuff like that. What about like gender bends where they do like a male version of a female character or a female version of a male character?
Yeah, they have it a lot. They had a tiger and bunny gender bend that I saw, which is so cool.
Awesome. What about? And I'm sure there's crossplay. It's pretty much.
A lot. I think it's the main maybe
Right.
like thing that everyone's doing, cross-playing. Like a lot of girls are cross-playing.
You actually, I've noticed that if you crossplay and you meet another crossplay, you're more likely to be friends. That's what I saw when I went to the convention.
Because it's just a smaller subset.
Yeah.
And I think they connect better. Like, I feel like the girls who do really cute or sexy costume, the only friends they really make are the photographers.
Okay, let's talk about the stores and shops and resources. I've been here for 5 days and I went to a lot of wig shops and cosplay stores, and so I'm amazed. The quality and quantity of resources here is almost like unbelievable.
Right.
So this leads me to ask, if you could just buy the stuff, does anybody need to make anything at all?
Exactly, that's what I was just gonna say.
What a lot of people I think are thinking here, because there's a lot of people who buy their costumes because you can buy it like secondhand, like the day of.
Right, there's actually a store over there that's secondhand, and you can get a costume easy, like a full costume. It's secondhand, but easy, $30.
Yeah.
And the quality is a lot better than what because I feel like in America, buying costume is a lot more expensive, but in Japan, there's almost any cosplay that you can think of, and then like the quality is really nice, the price is really cheap.
But back home, when you buy the costume, where are you buying it from? China?
China probably.
Okay, so the quality may not be as...
good as maybe here. Maybe a lot of them are from China as well.
Yeah.
But like a lot of they won't accept, if you sell cosplay here, they won't accept it if it's not good quality.
Oh, you mean used?
We won't accept this.
You mean used?
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't accept this, or like we'll buy it for like 200 yen.
Right, but if you buy it at Animate, then it's expensive. Unless it's used, it's usually expensive.
Why Animate? Because they're official?
Yeah.
So you can buy unofficial... so who makes these unofficial ones? Are there companies out there to make unofficial stuff?
Like there's there's a lot. There's like cosplay stores. Like I've basically seen it on the internet though. There's not really like physical stores besides like.
Right, everything's online. A lot of cosplayers say they buy their stuff online if they don't want to buy used.
Yeah, if used, then it's at the storefront. But
Okay. So if they don't want to, if they can't get it used, or if they don't want to pay the full price, they usually look online to find actually cheaper cosplay sites. Okay, so the wigs are also amazing. I went to Maple and I touched the quality, and I am like, there's nothing like this. Well, I could touch that one. When I went to Animate, I was told not to touch it.
Yeah, you can't touch it.
Yeah.
You can't try it on. Actually, you can try it on. It's just you have to call the staff and they sit
You can
down.
do it like that. So I'm just amazed at the quality of wigs that you guys have here, and I know they're a little bit more expensive than ones back home, but the quality is really good. Like I've never felt anything like this.
Some of the contacts are really nice here, though I'm still buying it online.
Okay. So describe like a typical store they would find here that would have costumes. Like, what do they usually have?
well, for example, if it's like a used store, then it'll have costumes and it'll also have contacts on the side, and then it'll have shoes and wigs like on the top, basically.
And all of them are in like plastic.
I noticed that. So you can tell if it's a used store if everything's in plastic.
Right.
Okay, then I went to 2 stores that was and then used, and I went to other ones. You know, I am flabbergasted with what you can get. Like the shoes really threw me because I didn't realize that you could buy shoes at there. It's almost like you get everything in one place.
Right.
You know, so
Sometimes they sell it as a set, like with the wig and the shoes and the whole costume for maybe like cheap.
so cheap. So this just makes it sound like you don't need to actually make it at all. But I mean, you probably do know Japanese who make their own outfits.
Yeah, I do.
You know.
It's just because in America, it's so like craftsmanship is such a big deal, and then every convention you see your friends, and you're like, wow, you know, I saw you make that online. That looks really great. You know, what paint did you use? So they focus a lot on craftsmanship in America. Coming to Japan, I don't see as much armor or weapon.
What do they focus more here? Taking pictures?
Mainly just simple costume, and then if they have like good makeup and hair, wig, they style it really nice here. The focus is more on, I think, here.
Face.
The face.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there regular like cosplay commissioners if you want to hire somebody to make something?
Yeah, but that's basically on the internet.
That's usually on the internet?
Yeah.
Are there wig commissioners?
I don't know about that actually. Actually, on Archive, they have people who you can like ask to make wigs.
Actually, in Shinjuku, there's a store called Odakaya.
Oh, Okadaya?
Odakaya. Yeah, but that store, they have a lot of interesting wigs that you can buy that they've already styled. Right, and it's like a normal fabric store, but they also sell cosplay and wigs and stuff too. So it's really cool.
We can go look up to there.
Where?
It's like
Question. So as a foreigner, how does that affect you as a cosplayer?
well, like I don't know. The first time, well, I'm from New York, so like basically everyone's different. So
Right.
it's not really like a big thing. But like when I came here, everyone like looked at me as it was different kind of thing. And like when you cosplay, everyone's like, oh, in like bad English, like where are you from and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think it's like, I don't know, maybe a little bit harder to, I don't know, be with people, like connect with other cosplayers because they're like, oh, she's foreign, so she gets attention.
Oh, so you have to kind of make the extra effort to be
Right.
friendly.
Right, exactly. Because maybe they might not like you because people are like, oh my gosh, it's a foreigner, and they're cosplaying, whoa, kind of thing.
How do they feel about foreign cosplayers? I'm sure some like it, some
A
don't.
lot of people really like it, but there was one guy who he told me in Japanese, he didn't think I spoke Japanese, but he said, oh, it's so unfair because she's a foreigner, kind of thing.
Why is it unfair?
I don't know, because it's different from what people see. So they're saying, oh, it's unfair because they want to take a picture of her because she's foreign, kind of thing. And this is the first time I heard something like that. And I told him that I understood Japanese, and he's like, oh, you're beautiful. And I was like, okay.
Backtrack.
Go away.
This is the cosplay section?
No,
Well,
it's
wait.
more
Look
Halloween
over
right
here,
now.
like there's.
It's definitely
Sailor
more
Moon
Halloween right now. It's definitely Halloween right
But
now.
down there,
Look.
Okay, let's skip the Halloween costumes.
And wigs.
it has shorter version of Elsa.
Yeah, let's go find the more socks. So this is almost like a costume store.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like back at home. This would be like a party, not party city, but a costume city thing. Do they make a difference between cosplay and costuming?
Not really. They call it cosplay.
Yeah, even dressing up for Halloween is called cosplay.
Yeah.
What it is that because it's Don Quixote, it's not official cosplay. They have to change the names a little bit. They have to pretend it's someone else. And
You got percent. So this is not who I think it is, and this is not who I think it is.
Yeah.
and this is not who you think it is.
So they changed the name. So what does it say?
It says Sailor C. What? Ah, Sailor Twintail. Sailor Twintail.
What does this one say?
On Android.
Android?
Twintail.
So
Android
these are
Twintail.
definitely not official
Yeah.
merchandise. These
Yeah.
are just
I've been like summer.
oh, because it's Halloween. It's
Yeah.
it's more costume
Right.
ish.
Right. So everyone will go to this floor and buy costumes kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So I came at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
So
when it's not Halloween, there's a lot of cosplay stuff. I think this way maybe. They usually have a lot more cosplay stuff. So
okay.
definitely still
Oh, this reminds me. At conventions, are there 60 versions?
yeah, a lot. Like they can just be wearing a bikini and they're like, oh, I'm this character in a bikini, kind of thing. So
Is that at gatherings or conventions or both?
yeah.
And I didn't know, but in Japan, guys cross-playing is very common too.
Yeah.
I was actually
Very
really
common.
shocked. I was like, oh, that's a really pretty guy? I was like, oh.
That's more common, a lot more common in the States.
Oh.
And not just like, oh, let's put my hairy legs and hairy everything out. And just like
They
not
like
put makeup
clean
on.
up
Really?
They like doll
Makeup.
themselves up.
and wear boobs, you know, like push-up bras.
Yeah.
And now there's like a, did you see that one where it looks like skin? And
Yeah.
if you put foundation,
Yeah.
then it looks like real boobs and you can have cleavage for guys now. It doesn't say, I'm sure it doesn't even say Anna. Does it? No. How do we? I don't know. Mama no.
I know, mama.
They're just hinting.
Yeah.
But they don't have to pay for copyrights if they just hint. Everything, I love Japan. It's cool. You can openly love anime because you can, any series you like, you just go out, buy the merchandise, you know, have the newest game come. So it's really cool. So come to Japan.
Yeah, it's a really great country, so everybody should come
Yes.
and see it for themselves.
And then maybe you can come and help open other people's eyes to American culture. Because I'm sure they want to be your friends too. It's just they're really, really shy.
Right.
Really, really shy.
Okay, awesome. So basically, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just a different culture,
Right.
and that's
Different.
it. That's it. So you just have to kind of adapt to it.
Right.
You
There's
know?
good parts about cosplaying in Japan and there's bad parts about cosplaying in Japan. But in America, there's also good parts and bad parts about cosplaying there. So
Completely different.
yeah. So
But it has very good points as
Right.
well.
Awesome. Okay, thank you guys very much.
Yay!
Okay.
Come to Japan.
Okay, bye.